you as you are. That's the thing. You see, God made us to seek that relationship in something other than a mirror image. There is something centrally narcissistic about homosexuality. And everyone in the sound of my voice who has truly entered into a married relationship, the way God designed it, man, woman, it's the only marriage there is. Anyone who has entered into that knows that the otherness of that other cannot be separated from gender. So you're wrong. It's not love them as they are. It's love them as you want them to be, to reflect you back to you. Without conditions, and they are able to affirm to each other, families, friends, and community that they are committed to sharing both joys and sorrows for the rest of their lives. We're talking here now about less than 1%. Less than 1% of the quote-unquote LGBTQRSTUV community. The vast majority of which has no interest in monogamous, lifelong relationships. No interest. Funny, Campolo, when he came out yesterday, just like David Gushee, forgot to have any kind of call to repentance upon the majority of the homosexual community for its rampant licentiousness. Wonder why? Well, because this is part of it. This is the boiler. This is the template. This is what you're supposed to be. You just keep putting it out there, and as long as we destroy critical thinking capacities on people's part, they'll just eventually accept it and get so tired of it. Get so tired of the whole discussion that they'll be willing to just shut down anyone who's still talking. We've been through it. We're past it now. We're so past it. That this will lead to the destruction of society. That love that expresses itself differently than yours is going to lead to the end times? No, it's not love. First of all, it's selfishness. It's rebellious. It is saying to God, I don't care what you said. I don't care what Jesus taught in Matthew chapter 19. I'm wiser than you. I will reject your ways. You can call that love all you want. Just don't call yourself a Christian while calling it love. You know, if you want to call yourself a rebellious Christian, if you want to call yourself some really odd guy on Twitter a couple days ago was calling himself an atheistic Christian. That was just a joke that I played along with for too long. But just come up with another word. You know, I forget what he said his name was, but I said, you know, come up with Bobism or something like that. Just stop calling it Christianity. You're not a Christian. You know, truth. How about some truth in advertising or something? That way of thinking is dangerous. That way of thinking is destructive. That way of thinking has brought thousands of people to commit suicide every year because they are rejected from their families who are supposed to love them the most. I have to wonder how that figures into your evaluation of the sanctity of life, which is ironic given that most of these people are pro-choice and pro-destruction of life. But then you have, you know, the constant drumbeat, you are killing people. The irrationality of this argument. I want to get the numbers. I keep saying I need to do this. There might be someone in this audience that would have better access to these numbers. I want to know the percentages of suicide amongst pedophiles and amongst those who practice bestiality. I want to know. You know, I don't know if maybe such numbers may not even exist, but man, if these folks can come up with these numbers, it's got to be out there someplace. Something tells me that pedophiles have a very high suicide rate. Now, in a sane society, in a society that has not been given over to its own rebellion and self-destruction. In a sane society, we would go, wow, there's something wrong with bestiality. Because suicide does not happen in a person's life who is balanced, whole, and healthy. It just doesn't. I mean, people have gone through, have endured incredible things. I mean, I read the stories about what people survived during the Civil War or during World War II in the Pacific, or people who were captured, especially, the Japanese, the way they treated prisoners of war is just unbelievable. You want total depravity. And yet people survived because they had a reason to. They believed their life had meaning and could still have meaning in the future. And yet today, if people commit suicide, it's society's fault. We can't even go, could it possibly be that maybe that behavior is self-destructive and therefore, no, can't talk about that. Can't go there. It's obvious. We can't go there because we're in the 1984 has come and gone, and the Newspeak dictionary doesn't have entries for that kind of stuff. That will be censored, and we will not allow that to happen. There you go. A little bit later on, then this article is the person is clearly in a state of self-deception, absolute self-deception. I can tell you something about these wild claims about businesses being forced to serve gay people. If some baker says they don't want to make a gay couple a wedding cake, they aren't going to demand that baker make it. They're going to find a baker who will. What? I was hoping to get to use this. That you got volume up? That's this. Let me repeat this again, and I finally got this ready to go. If some baker says they don't want to make a gay couple a wedding cake, they aren't going to demand that baker make it.
Tell me, what color is the sky in your world?
Yeah, that's the question. What color is the sky in your world? Because you're not living on this